Sure. Well, thank you for having me. So I'm Brittney Deibert. I'm the Vice President of Deibert Seafood, and we are a family-run company. We've been in business since 1975 when my grandfather started the company. And we've just sort of changed from there. He started off as a food broker, and his partners at the time were making decisions that he didn't like and decided to step away. And the only accounts that followed him were a couple seafood lines. So we like to say we got into the seafood industry by accident. And from there, my father came on a few years later, and our company's just grown and changed. In a way, like I said, it's a family business, so I have been brought up with seafood. So it wasn't something totally foreign to me. But I also don't think that's something that should stop people from getting into the seafood industry. I came in with some experience, but also a lot of lack of knowledge. And, I just started with the basics, dropping off samples and cooking at seafood shows, doing demos at retail, and just slowly learning more about the industry. I think it's challenging. We don't just do one thing in seafood, like chicken. There's just chicken. We have lots and lots of species. So there's a lot to learn. And every day I'm still learning more. But I've just slowly become more and more part of our whole business. And we're a small company. I wear a lot of hats now and have my fingers in everything. And it's been enjoyable. There are not a lot of women in seafood. To me, that hasn't always, there are challenges. I think a lot of the challenges that are presented are challenges that women face in most industries. I'm a mother and a wife and also a part owner of two seafood companies. So it's a balancing act every day. I want to be at the marketing meeting, and I also want to be picking my daughter up from school. So those are challenges we face every day, I think, in all industries. But that's just the way it is, and we balance. And I've been lucky to have a company that's flexible and understanding. I think another challenge that we do face is that our industry is very much about relationships. I think that's a positive. I think it's one of the reasons a lot of us come to work is that the seafood industry is, there are a lot of loyal people that have worked here for a long time, and that makes it fun. But as a woman in a male-dominated industry, sometimes it's harder to cross those boundaries and make those relationships. But it's also doable. And I think, like I said, I do think it's still a positive in our industry. It was a great experience. I feel like it really reflects, like I said, all of the positives of the seafood industry. And what that is meeting people from all different sectors and different parts of the world. And and there were a lot of wonderful female role models at the Napa Seafood Summit that I was able to meet. We made a lot of business connections that we still continue to this day, and paths cross as a small industry. And just the other day, actually, I ran across someone that I had met at the Napa Seafood Summit. I think one of the main things for me has been having women mentors. I've been incredibly lucky to have some wonderful women that sort of took me under the wing when I came in. One of them was Tina Massara, who was in the trout industry, and another was Patty Mann, who has worked in salmon and also a different species. But they really helped me to understand the industry and to see it from a women's viewpoint. And not to take away, I've had wonderful men mentors from this industry as well. But I think that matching younger women that come into the industry with strong female leaders and mentors really goes a long ways. And I think that would be a wonderful thing for companies to try and do. Yeah, well, I think the seafood industry it's so unique. And, it's an industry where we need more young people, we need more leaders. And I think there's so much opportunity for someone that's willing to come in, even without having a background in seafood. I think it's one of those industries that still really values hard work and, just working hard. And like I said, building those relationships and being good at what you do. I think that it's unlimited in the seafood industry. And I'm excited about it. And I hope that we see more women coming into the industry in the years coming.